Um, a very good morning to all of you. I hope you all are doing well. This is me, Usman Ali, your English course instructor. And today class we will be mainly focused on also the reading and writing technology skill. So you have to keep this thing in your mind. You have to keep this objective in your mind that by the end of the class, by the end of the lesson, students will be identify verb tenses and you identify verb tenses used in dialogues in narration. And the second objective that understand the purpose of tense shift. Understand the purpose of tense shift. Yes, you are right. Understand the purpose of tense shift. And the second was is that rewrite text segment by changing tense appropriately. Rewrite text segment by changing tense appropriately. The second point that we have is use proper tenses in their own writing. Yeah, use proper tenses in your own writing. With this including the material which we are used as the printed text of Thank You Ma'am by Langston Hughes. Yeah, and color marker and highlighters, whiteboards, yeah, whiteboard and marker for demonstrations, handout with examples of tense shifts and narratives. We will go through where we go toward another objective, the another point that we have the warm up and objective, the warm up and objective discussions. Yeah, the warm up. We have the warm up that hello student, have you ever told a story where you jumped between I was and I am? Today we will look at how writer and use tense shifts and jumpers and purpose. Let's find out why. In objective discussion, our goals today is to explore how author use past and present tense together. Yeah, past and present. How that we will be focused on that how teacher and how student are use past and present tense together, and we will analyze a short story, identify tense shift and practice using them correctly in our writing. Yeah, it's mean that we will be mainly focus on tenses and we will mainly focus on tenses in writing, and that student will be use we are present tense, we are past tense, so and we are these both tenses are used together. So this objective discussion student will be learn. We will go through toward the another instruct and model that we have. Instruct and model, interaction, instruction, instruct and model. The instruction of instruct and model is read the story silently and underlines all the verbs. Yeah, read the story. For example, we have a story that you must be follow the story, you must be read the story and underline words, the verbs, underline all the verbs in the story. The another point is that use color marker to identify tense: past red, present green, future blue. Yeah, you have to use different type of colors marker. For example, used blue marker for present tense, use red marker for past tense, and use yellow marker for future tense. So the third objective, the third point that we have, observe how the author switches between narrative and dialogue, and discuss reason for tenses shift and refer to a tenses timeline to place even correctly. The another point that we have is the model presentation on the board, yeah, on the paper, on the copybook, on the notebook. We write a paragraph from the story and highlight the past and present tense. Yeah, write a paragraph from the story and highlight the past and present tense. Discuss what happened if we change all tenses to the present or past. Show how meaning and immediacy change. Yeah, that how meaning and immediacy change in the paragraph. Yeah, in the tenses. So student or we will be mainly focused on this points also. The another point that we have is the guided practice. Yeah, the guided practice. In fair, choose a paragraph and identify all verb tense. The second point, discuss and label each verb. The third point, explain why. Explain why the author might have used all the tenses. Another point that we have that practice rewriting the paragraph in a consistent tense and compare the words. The another point that we have that independent practice. In independent practice, individually choose a moment from your own life Write it first in past tense, then write it in present tense. Write it first in past tense, then write it in present tense. The third point, highlight how the tone or impact of the story change. The another point that we have, the last point that we have, that use the tense chart for a references if needed. Yeah, use the tenses chart for the references if needed. If anybody want the references, that you should be the tenses chart. You have the tenses chart for the references. Yeah, and the another in the last we will have the assessment. Yeah, we will have the assessment. In the assessment, the formative assessment is the spot check rewrite in paragraph or tenses consistency. Ask student to explain a tense shift found in the story. The third point that we have in the formative assessment is provide a short passage and ask student to identify and label the tenses used. Purpose to gauge understanding of tenses logic and implication and writing. So that was all about the today class. If you have any question, you may ask freely. Don't hesitate. Please, if you have any question, so you may ask. No question. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video.